Today we're going to be talking about the 5 elements. Did you know that there were 5? I didn't. I thought there were 4. Clearly I wasn't listening when we learned this in school. But we're going to talk about why it's important because it applies to every part of your life. It resides in the world around us, but also in our bodies. Did you realize that? I certainly didn't as well. So we're going to go through this together and hopefully you find it useful. Starting with the earth element. Such an important, beautiful element. It resides in the bottom of the feet all the way up to the knee area. This is where our masculine energy comes from, which is energy we all have. It's where our stability comes from, our sturdiness, our grounding all starts in the earth sign. Ways that you can balance that out for yourself is by spending some time with Mother Nature in the earth, going out for a walk, putting your feet in the ground, doing some gardening, all of this stuff, even eating some root vegetables. Those things can connect you with your earth element. Next, we have the water element, which resides in the knee to the waist area. This is where our feminine energy comes from, our fluidity. That's so important because water makes up 70% of our bodies and 70% of the earth. So it's very important that we keep this in balance. Ways that you can keep your water sign in balance is by drinking lots of it. Who'da thunk? Pretty important though. You know, if you're getting dehydrated, drink some water. Simple, and yet we need to be reminded of it all the time, myself included. The next sign is your fire element, and that resides all along the spine. If you think of the chakras, if you're into that kind of stuff, then the solar plexus, which is in the center of the spine, resides there, and that's your fire. That's where your determination, your transmutation, all of that stuff sits. And although this is such an important element, it's the hardest one to balance. If you know someone who has a fiery temper, quite often this particular element can be out of whack. So things that you can do to balance your fire sign, or your fire element, are by doing simple things that, like acknowledging the sun. Biggest ball of fire we've ever come into contact with, gives us life every single day. You can think about that while you're meditating or just in general, acknowledging the sun on a beautiful day. The next element is the air sign, which you guessed resides in your chest and lung area. So important. The breath, it's what gives you life. It also involves our adaptation to change. In yoga, we use the term prana, which means breath, energy, life, so important. And the way that you can keep this element balanced for you is by practicing things like meditation, breathing exercises, things that involve really opening up that particular element in the body. And the last element, the 5th one, the one that I admittedly forgot about, is the space element or ether. And that is the element that holds all of the other elements together. It's almost like this big cookie jar for all the elements. And it makes sense if you look at it on a larger scale, because where does the earth reside? Oh, it's surrounded by outer space. Who'da thunk? Ways that you can connect with your ether sign or your space element is by connecting through sound. This is really where this element starts to shine. I like things like sound meditation, listening to crystal singing bowls, Tibetan singing bowls. If you're into binaural beats, all of that stuff can really help, or just some general music that you enjoy. You can also do that by getting around your space, so traveling, going around, enjoying that space. So maybe when I was going through all 5 of those, there was one that stuck out to you more than another, and that's completely normal. You might connect more with the fire element, more so than the earth element. I know for me, I really connect with the air element, and I need to work on my grounding all the time. So it's something that I do in my yoga practice and something that I do when I'm cooking. I try to put lots of root vegetables in my diet when I can. Speaking of that, you got to take care of your temple, your body, so that all of these elements can stay in balance. So are you eating right? Are you sleeping? Are you exercising? All that simple stuff. We remembered it. We were taught it when we were in school, but yet we forget, right? So it's so important to take care of your body so that way all of your elements can be in balance. And then lastly, but certainly not least, you got to take care of your mind. So how do you do that? I always suggest meditation, mindfulness, anything that can kind of clear all the rooms out, right? It's like you're clearing the rooms out in your mind before people can come over. So if you're new to meditation, you might like to try an app on your phone like Calm or Headspace. I don't work for them. This is just a general promotion. Great place to start. We spend so much time on our phones. It would be nice to ironically find a meditation there. Those two are wonderful. And I think that would be a really good place to start. So those are the 5 elements for you. Feel free to comment. Let me know if this is something you're interested in hearing more about, because I can dive a lot deeper, get more into my hippie stuff. This is a general understanding of it and where it resides in your body. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching Phat Artist. Make sure you like and subscribe to our videos.
And don't forget to hit the notifications button.
And don't forget to stay fat.